Hey, I wasn't gonna record a video today, but I knew I had to tell this story. I knew that as soon as I came out here, I jumped in my pool, and I wasn't gonna record a video today because it's supposed to be on my off day, but I knew that the moment that I got out and sat by this fire, I had to tell this story. So I'll show you the fire out here. So when I was 8 years old, me, my brother, and my best friend that lived across the street, I'm not gonna say his name, but we'll call him Anthony. And he lived across the street. And then it was me and my brother. I met him, my best friend, when we were just kids. We were outside playing, and we had like this rocket launcher. So you know those toys where you step on the tube and then it launches up that rocket, the foam rocket, except this one was like pressured by water or something. I don't quite remember, but I knew it had something to do with water, and it would launch the rocket up. And my brother, he was really into like space stuff. He was really into like spaceships and rocket ships and like NASA and building ships and like sending stuff into space basically, and space travel. He was really interested into that stuff. And so that's how we all met. We met outside, and that was when we were like 4 or 5, maybe, yeah, like 5 years old. And let me wait for this plane to pass. And so we'd always get together and play outside like at least once a week. Ever since the day that we met, we were playing every single weekend, and then some days after school too. And so I always remember like running over to his house, knocking on the door, and then his mom would like open up the door, and then she'd call him out, and then he'd come out to play with us. And he was the only kid in like the whole street that had like a basketball hoop. So everyone in like the neighborhood congregated to that house to play basketball and stuff. So we were playing basketball. When I was a kid, I really liked Army stuff, Nerf guns. I liked like the Call of Duty type stuff, right? And so I had like a ton of Nerf guns. I was like the Nerf gun kid I was the Nerf gun supplier for the entire neighborhood, bro. I was like thugged out with like my Nerf guns. And so whenever anyone wants to play with Nerf guns, they'd come to our house, they'd knock on our door, and then we'd go out. We'd play Nerf guns, we'd play everything, bro. So we had basketball, we had Nerf guns. Other times we'd just go out and explore around the neighborhood, walk around the neighborhood. Or we'd be going out to events. Like my best friend, his sister, she was like a swimmer, so we'd go out to like swimming events and all that stuff. Like awesome times. And so I remember when I was 8 or 9 years old, and every single weekend when David would come, we'd always try to see if we could get like a sleepover. Every single weekend. What did I say? I said Anthony, right? Every single weekend that Anthony would come like over to play, we'd just invite him to play first, and then we'd always see it like if we could have a sleepover like with everybody. And so if we had a sleepover, bro, it was like an amazing weekend. Which, bro, I swear, we like during the summers we had like sleepovers every single day, bro, almost every day. And so we'd come out by this fire, and we'd just play in the pool like the whole day. We'd literally be in the pool playing, and then after we'd finish up and we'd come by this fire and we'd just sit and like we'd mess around, we'd talk, and then we'd cook food over the fire. We always had s'mores, bro. Always s'mores. If you don't know what that is, it's like you get the marshmallow in the stick and you put it over the fire, and then you cook the marshmallow, and then you get like chocolate and graham crackers, and you make like a sandwich with like the marshmallow, and so that's what a s'more is. And you eat that, bro, and it's, I mean, I know I'm an advocate for eating healthy and all of that, but I mean, we were kids, and this was just such a wholesome moment to be sitting outside by the fire like heating your marshmallows, just talking about like life, just talking about everything, honestly, and just messing around and being outside, like in nature, in the presence of nature. Even though it's not like, you know, nature, you're still outside. There's still trees around. You're still like by the fire. And so it's interesting to me, like that's like primal, right? You're like sitting by the fire. It's like primitive, bro. It's like you and the boys out by the fire. Like, think about it. What do you think cavemen were doing? Like, they were sitting out by the fire after like hunting down the freaking boar that they caught, and they would like cook it, and they would laugh and joke and eat, and just have a good time around the fire at night. And so I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of that, how natural it was to us to just sit around the fire and do those things. And so yeah, I remember there was a day that, very specifically, there's this one day that we'd get like the fire, and after like we'd take like a part of it out and let it cool down, and it was like burnt, like a burnt charcoal piece. And so we'd smash it up and we put it on our faces. Probably wasn't good for us, but we'd smash up the charcoal, put it on our faces, and we'd act like warriors, like Indian warriors or something. So just as kids, we'd do that. And I don't know, it was just like a wholesome story that meant so much to me, and probably my brother and my friend, my best friend at the time, because that was a large part of our life. Like, bro, from like age 8 to 14, 15, we were still doing that, bro. Like, up until the middle of middle school, we'd have sleepovers, we'd do all this awesome stuff, hanging around the fire, talking about life, talking about everything, and just being present. And, you know, having that time learning from each other and growing around the fire, and then being in nature and all of that. And it's such an amazing, wholesome moment compared to like sitting at home, you know, using your phone the whole time and all that. Sitting inside, like stuck scrolling, bro. There's so much more to life than just that. And it's hard to find that, because if you don't know the right people, you don't have the right friends, they're gonna think like this is lame. Like, bro, most people think like sitting around a fire these days, I swear most people think it's lame. Most people think like, oh. But if you find the right people, honestly, and you find people that are adventurous, that like going out into nature, right? Like, imagine going with a group of your friends, bro, to hiking on a mountain, and then you all hike, and then you get to like near the top, and then you like set camp, and then you sleep over, and you like set the fire up and everything, and you guys are just talking about life, talking about these amazing things, talking about, you know, oh, like, bro, you were the slowest one coming up the mountain, like and like joking around and like just doing that stuff, right? I think that's one of the best things we could do is to get back to that, right? Because it's so wholesome, bro. Being around the fire, cooking, and being adventurous, like literally like being a little kid again, right? Like childlike wonder in the world. It's so rare these days. It's so rare. And that's honestly, I just wanted to share this video with you. That's why I do what I do. Because this is what I want to restore in this world. This is what I want to restore. Not only being in nature, but enjoying life the right way, the correct way to enjoy life. Not with instant pleasure all the time. Scrolling, drugs, whatever. Not with instant pleasure, but with deep and fulfilling conversations, with exploring the world and learning, with going out and like being adventurous and getting outside of your shell, and truly connecting with other people and truly connecting with nature. This is what I want to restore in the world. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment down below. Tell me your story. I'm not gonna edit this video, I'm just gonna post it like this. So. Yeah, leave a comment down below, tell your story, all that. Just enjoy life. Enjoy life. Find the right people to spend that time with, and enjoy your life. Enjoy nature. Enjoy being outside. Have a good one.